that light clear? I can just make some ice water, which we're gonna need. Okay. So we're going live, you guys. I'm gonna be making hi sister. I'm making some Jamaican patty pies, homemade, and wait, what's going on? Can you guys see me? Hi. Okay. I don't know. I have a message on this side that I can't open the camera. I can't see who's in here even. Still have a little cough, you guys. That cough was heinous. Okay. So, Ace did another interview, you guys. Ace did another interview. I need to twist my hair. I need to make these patty pies. I made a hummingbird cake yesterday. Yep, sure did. That's the cake of Jamaica. And now today I'm making patty pies. So I must be in my Caribbean bag. Okay? I'm in my Caribbean bag. Let me see, am I even on YouTube real quick? So Ace did another interview. And you know we're interested in that because of what he did last time. As a Nicolandria fan, I feel thwarted. Hey, Bianca. I feel thwarted. Okay, hey, Bianca. Okay, so we're here. So let me go back here. We can hear me. Oh, I look rough. I look like I've lived a nice life, huh? Okay, let's go to history. Oh, thanks for that. So we're going here. So this interview that Ace did, let me turn this. I don't want to see me. This interview that Ace did is the second interview he's done since he got out of the villa. We know the first interview that he did. Well, no, actually, so he did After Sun when he left the island. And then he did a little live on his Instagram, and then he did an interview, a full on, where somebody asked him questions, and that was a Speedy interview where he talked horrible about. He revealed the plan and the plot against Olandria to actively deceive her for 3 weeks, and he threw his head back in glee before he told us the story about him and Taylor actively participating together to deceive Olandria for 3 weeks of a 6-week experiment, you guys. And for the viewers at home who thought there was some shit happening that didn't quite feel right, for Ace to finally come out and just say in no uncertain terms that yes, she was mistreated, that yes, she was breadcrumbed, that yes, she was love bombed, that yes, her experience was ruined by a plan that didn't only include Taylor, but also included Ace. And he said it like we were supposed to love him for saying it. And I really was like, love you. I kind of high-key am mad at you right now because you should have told her this. And well before you're telling everybody on Speedy's interview, okay? And the interviewer, Speedy, asked him the question, oh, did you ever tell Olandria what happened? And they said, no, we haven't. He said, I haven't told her, not to this day. And that interview got filmed on a Tuesday after the Sunday that he was just with her ass. And he didn't even tell her then. And then he waited to get to public to bring it to everybody to tell them now. And so that was a very low integrity. You're the one that was playing games. You sent Jeremiah home for the reason that you and Taylor were doing to Olandria, breadcrumbing her, stringing her along, not letting anybody else get next to her. Everybody in the house knew that Taylor wasn't into freaking Olandria. Remember at the reunion, Charlie told us. Charlie wasn't having nothing back, bruv. Charlie was holding nothing back, bruv, when it comes to being a fink on freaking Ace. So I wanted to watch this interview, and I was hoping after seeing him be, and his girl by proxy, that's what a young, underdeveloped hypothalamus will get you, is this kind of shit, Ace. You think you're the smartest one in the room, bruv. You're not the smartest one in the room because you don't even have a fully enveloped type of thalamus in your brain. You can't even make a complete thought until age 25, bruv. But you think you're the smartest one, and the life experience you've had in 22 years has got you to where you need to be, where you think you're playing ahead of the game. You thought you were playing chess, but you end up playing Connect 4 because you ended up taking down Shelly with your words. Everybody has been waiting for Shelly to respond since the time that Ace revealed the betrayal of Olandria. Because not many of us can believe that these two lovebirds, I'm doing air quotes over here, you can't see, these two lovebirds are obviously having great communication, where to me it would feel like Shelly might have known about the plan that Ace and Taylor had against Olandria. That's what I was thinking. It was a normal thing to think, you guys. It was a normal thing to think. Because you can only assume that because she was trying to talk Olandria into staying with Taylor when Olandria went to Shelly and was like, I'm not really getting what I need from Taylor. Like, he's not really checking for me the way that I feel like he should be checking for me. And it felt like Shelly was saying that, you should just keep trying, instead of telling her, go explore other connections fully. Go take advantage of Jalen. You said you've been liking Nick. Go explore that. You know what I mean? But she didn't. And so I'm not sure why you wouldn't want your soul sister in the best position for love on Love Island, unless you were semi-playing a game where you ultimately wanted that competition out of your way with a person that doesn't like her, because that makes it look like you and Ace's connection is that much more strong. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, I don't want it to be that way. I'm just saying, as a gamer, that's what I'm thinking, right? So we're going to listen to this interview. He went to the VMAs the other night. One of the people on the red carpet, one of the interviewers on the red carpet, said to him, you got Speedy in trouble on your interview. And he's like, I was just telling my truth. And plus, I've learned since then. So let's see if he's learned. We're going to go ahead and listen to this interview on Boardroom. It's on YouTube. And let's get started. Thanks for coming through. By the way, thanks for tapping the screen over here on TikTok. Love you guys. I know we haven't got this out of our system yet, but it's okay because we are in a safe space. And then over here, on the YouTube, thanks for coming through. Make sure you smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, ring the bell if you haven't already so you get notified when I go live and so you can become part of the beautiful curvy community that we're growing over here in the YouTube streets. Thanks again for coming through. Let's get started. Oh, I've turned it down here.
You heard it. He loves
playing
her.
with my good sis.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know.
Now I'm excited to talk to you. I really am digging your energy right now.
Thank you.
Sorry. Tell me if you can hear it. I think I might need to turn my fan off.
And that was the part that really was like, I'm going to put my heart into this.
Like you said, the show is behind you.
Yeah.
We're going to put it behind us.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about what you have next.
Okay. I've never really told anybody this first.
So I'm ready.
Now I'm excited. So,
I'm Michelle Graham. This is Boardroom Talks. I'm here with social media sensation, Ace Green. We're going to be talking all things Love Island USA, his business endeavors, and all the amazing things he has coming up next.
yeah.
Are you ready?
I'm excited. First off, I was going to say, I love your hair, by the way.
Can you guys hear it okay? Let me know if you can't hear it, okay?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know
now I'm excited
going.
to talk to you. I really am digging your energy right now.
Thank you. Let's get into it. Okay. Let's take it back to the beginning. And
I'm going to
by
start
beginning,
making
I
the
mean
patty pies.
Your life. Tell me about growing up in LA and when did you become a dance connoisseur?
It's funny because, you know, my mom has been the one with the rhythm all her life.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, she kind of passed that gene trait to me. And, you know, you play some Michael Jackson around and I'm dancing like nobody's business.
Yes.
And being that is the case is one of my talents. It's one of the things I like doing for fun. So I was thinking, like, how can I incorporate one of my passions of the things I do in my free time throughout my work? And sure enough, that's when the dance classes started to, you know, rise. And it's been one of my favorite journeys, a part of my life story. And I've been able to connect with a lot of people around the world. And, you know, a lot of people might look at it as...
You guys can hear it okay?
For me, it's more than that. It's connecting, you know, different social groups and different, you know, people who don't feel included. And that's been a part of my whole life, is just making sure I'm including people who might be forgotten about. So,
can you reimagine tomorrow
Well,
and build it today? We helped a large manufacturer build a new venture.
yeah.
It's about
This commercial's coming at the right time. So he's already starting off. I noticed that in his interview with Speedy, he did a lot of contradicting himself. That's where you talk out of one side of your neck and say one thing, and then turn around out of the other side of your neck and say something else to me. So he just, like he's saying his whole thing is to make people feel included. He always wanted people to feel included. He always wanted to make people feel good. And I'm just like wondering how what he did and participated in doing to Olandria Carthen, how did that brand translate to him actively deceiving Olandria, helping Taylor actively deceive Olandria for 21 days? Say that he loves her. Say that he has her best interest. That's his best friend. I love her. That's my dog. And all he ever wants to do is make people feel good and included. So I just feel like there's a contradiction there already. And call me crazy, but I don't know. I don't really think like he hears exactly what he says enough to be self-aware enough to be like, oh, that's not how I'm acting. That's not what I just did. You know, and like, even if you want to take it off Olandria and put it on Amaya, he went kind of in on Amaya. Like he did not consider her feelings. Even after she cried about it, he still like was just like, this is who I am. This is who I am. And it was all about him. So where was that whole, I just want to make people feel good. And I consider everybody's feelings in these dealings with, specifically in this fishbowl of Love Island. Where was all that? So that's, I think, a good first question. You guys leave it in the comments. Talk amongst yourselves.
bringing joy, right?
Exactly.
Like
You know what I
joy, fun, laughter. I
Yeah.
remember just seeing those early clips with you, and I'm like, what is he doing? And then I was like, wait, this is serious. Like,
Yeah.
this is serious. This is a business. Like, this is a whole, like,
But actually, how it started off, like, I do it for free. Like, I
Yeah.
did the teaching of the dances for fun. Like, that's how it really what I really took pride and joy of, like I get off of doing from work and doing what I do and go start up my live and stuff like that. So that's the really, the joy behind this whole entire passion that, I've built up, and it's been incredible. Really.
Yeah. So tell me, what year did you start doing the dance classes? And like, walk me through a day.
Yeah.
You said you would go to work, get off,
Yeah.
go do the fun stuff.
It's what I used to do is I never really told you about this.
So I'm ready.
No, I'm excited. So I used to work at a restaurant in Hawaii when I used to go to school. Yeah. And then I started getting into to TikTok. I had seen people going live and streaming. And I was like, yo, like, a personality, I can do this shit.
Right.
Boom, I went into, can I curse?
Yeah.
Feel like my mama in the room.
Yeah. I said yes so fast, I looked at her like, right?
I was just more like, yeah, I can do this shit. So boom, I started streaming, and then just like, for me, I'm a character. Like, I like to do something different every day. One day I'll be a DJ. One day I'll be a blind dating coach. One day I'll be a dance teacher. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I just like having fun and being a different person every time I go on live. And how it really started was, a group of, individuals in Pakistan. Shout out Al, Gujar, Bar, Johnny, Sajawal, Zane. Gotta make sure I shout out the squad. You know what I mean? Here, but they had all joined my live one day. And, for them, how they got, money was by getting on live and just dancing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, I really wanted to teach them some swag when they danced, when I brought them up. So I was like, okay, I got to find a way to incorporate them to where, don't send me any type of, monetary gifts when we on live. Send it to them, because that's really what the whole point of it was. But when I started teaching them how to have some swag, started forming a little group, we was known as the Boogies around here. Then we started dancing, and, it turned into, me just wanting to post one of my lives. But I had been doing it since like maybe 2024, 2023, stuff like that. But I had posted one of the clips, and it took when I started reaching out to the different social groups.
I'm entering the tournament. Come with me.
Okay.
Driving for a home.
You guys are triplets? So, okay, what's your name? That's why you're gonna be great. Kobe, he never drank water. Michael Jordan never drank water. Just put him in the game.
Brady told me we hit 1 million followers. We blew up dancing with everybody around the world. But it's time to do some new content. And I can't do it all from my kitchen no more.
So you're not just a creator. You've turned this whole online presence into a lucrative business. Like, it's become your livelihood.
Yeah.
Can you talk to us about when that kind of, switch flipped and this was like, all right, I'm going to do this full time?
Yeah. Honestly, I started doing, my business full time around like 2023, 2024. I had started, the company. I had started like my own brand and my own business for selling clothes. Little other hustling things I do on the side to just, be motivated. Like, for me, I don't ever want to be stuck in one box. I like to conquer all different boxes. So then, boom, I know how to rap. I was like, let me drop a track or two.
All this energy. Y'all already know I can dance, can act, and can rap. Check me out.
Hey, you taught the world how to dance. Come take a class. And, I just like to try new things, for real. And that's been my whole business of Ace Mob, was making an entertainment company of me being able to do all different things,
And do you have a favorite of those things, or are you just really trying to, like, jack of all trades?
Jack of all trades.
I love it.
I love it. I can't have a favorite, because one day I wake up and I want to be the biggest DJ in America. And then the next day I'm a rapper, and then the next day I'm a coach. And
next day you dancing with the squad.
Right.
Want to go back to you doing, full-time job before you were doing the content creation.
Yeah.
When did you quit the restaurant? Like, what was the actual moment where you were like, I'm walking out of here and I'm really about to make what I built my life?
So in Hawaii time, I would have work at around like 5 p.m. You know what I mean? But like prime time, like West Coast and New York time was earlier than that. It was like 3 o'clock. So boom, I'd get on live, start streaming. And for me, I was doing it for fun and the love of it. And then I started figuring out like, I'm kind of making more than, this job. Let alone being here for like maybe almost 1.5 years at that job. And I was just blessed. I was grateful for God blessing me with different opportunities to continue to grow and be able to take care of my family back home and just all my friends and, buy a little something nice for myself. You know what I mean? So, I quit my job And I really just trusted God and what He had planned for me. And sure enough, I'm here talking to you.
And what type of career did you envision for yourself before your content took off? Like, obviously, the restaurant was a job, but not a career. So, like, what did you envision for yourself before you knew the content was going to pop off?
Honestly, I envisioned myself, doing something where I'm involved with the world. You know, I knew from a young age I've always wanted to be, somewhere in the entertainment business because, I do talent shows when I was in 3rd grade all the way up until middle school. And decided singing, dancing, rapping, all that. And then, I knew from there after I had done all the entertainment stuff, I'd get into sports. You know what I mean? I was like, maybe I could be actor in a sports movie and stuff like that. So I really knew since like yay high. You know what I mean? But after I had got that opportunity to continue to grow on my live streams and stuff, I knew this is what I wanted to do long term, regardless if it could be stable, it could not be stable. I didn't care. I wanted to put my heart into something, and I knew regardless of whatever I put my heart into, I'm gonna make it.
Yeah, absolutely. And what draws you to the hustle?
What draws me to the hustle? Honestly, not going back to being broke.
That's real.
We got bills. I grew up, fortunate, but it's been some challenges throughout my entire life. Growing up, my mom's a single mom, taking care of 2 kids, and really she got 4 kids, and then I have siblings of all over the nation and shit like that.
Yeah.
But it's hard to take care of kids by yourself. It's not growing up in a 2-parent household. And being in this case, my mom, she was always a hustler, always trying to, put food on the table, trying to give us the newest stuff without, making us feel like we can't have new stuff and things like that. So just seeing her, watching her grow up and watching her set an example for me, I knew I had to go 10 times harder because I don't want her working for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
And that's my goal, is making sure she's taken care of, my siblings is taken care of, my nieces, nephews, all of them. So that's what I take pride in and have joy through.
My mom's she was a single mom as well. I had 5 older sisters. So my mom has 6 girls.
Were you the baby?
Yeah.
Oh, hell no, yo.
I have a brother on my dad's side, but we all 7 of us grew up together. I am the baby girl, though. I am the baby girl.
I know you spoiled.
Don't say that. Ooh, it boils. It makes my... I'm like, I'm not, I swear. But no, I am the favorite, though.
Yeah, I figured.
I'm not going to lie.
The youngest one is what you got to watch out for.
But no, seriously, even to your point of just, growing up in that type of household, I didn't want for nothing, at all. But I'm like, my mom's hustle was unmatched. I'm sitting here I be crying over spilled milk.
You got a black mama?
Yes!
I'm saying,
yes!
so
I'm like, I be crying over spilled milk. And I'm like, she was doing it with 6 kids. Shout out to you, bro. You did that. You made that.
What's your mama's name?
Melvicia.
Shout out Mama Melvicia.
There we go. Yeah. Period. Okay, so let's get a little bit into your Love Island experience.
Yeah.
So like we've already talked about, you had a platform.
Yeah.
You got a lot going for yourself.
Yeah.
Why did you really want to go on the show? What drew you to the opportunity?
Honestly, going into that whole experience was I already have a platform.
Okay, you guys, so we're going to listen.
No, I need it.
And going into here.
Let's see if his answer changes from when he answered Speedy. So he already had a platform. He already had 1 million people. Remember, he told Speedy that I didn't go there for that. I already had 1 million people. I don't need that. And that's why I thought it was weird when everybody else was like, oh, how many things you think you're going to get? Because I already had it. That's kind of haterish too. You don't want anybody else to get the 1 million that you have, or it's wrong for other people to want to get to 1 million anyway possible. I don't understand. I didn't get it. It kind of felt like a little haterade. I can have it, you can't. That's what sets me apart. I mean, and kudos to him that he does have it. Kudos. I'm not taking anything away from Ace, nothing away from Shelly with these questions. They're just observations and questions. But let's see what he says was the real reason he went on Love Island. Okay.
They take away social media from everybody. And that was the part that really was okay, I'm going to put my heart into this, because they were going to take away that factor of clout and take away the factor of new age dating and take away all that shit. And for me, that was really, really, really what I wanted to jump into. And going into this, it's kind of hard dating when you have social media presence. Like, you don't know who likes you for you. You don't know, like, granted, I might run down on some shit and be like, yo, I'm feeling you, but I don't know if they might be the same thing. You know what I mean? Because, or what their intent is. And going into this villa, I was like, all that shit is going to be stripped from everybody in here, and it's going to give me a chance to grow as a person, get to know people, and, you know, see what it was like dating in the 80s and the 70s and shit like that. Like, I always want to do some shit like that. Like,
he was like, where they weren't on social media, no phones,
like,
nothing. You just had to meet someone where they were at.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, everybody talks about, cheating on social media and shit like that, new age dating. And like, the only cheating you had to worry about back then was the woman across the street, right? Instead of around the world.
That's as far as they can get.
Exactly. So, like, going into this, I'm isolated to deal with emotions and deal with, you know, getting to know someone truly for them. And that was the thing that really drew me to going into love.
Yes. And, you know, going back to, like, you know, you having a platform, your platform has grown so much since you've been on the show.
Yeah.
Has your approach with your content changed at all since being on the show? Have you done anything differently? Are you more mindful, you know, with this new audience that's now with you?
For me, I post with intent. You know what I mean? Every post means something to me. Like, there's a story behind why I want to post. I don't just post bullshit just to post. So that's why I was very careful coming out the villa. And plus, I wanted to spend time with family, friends, and obviously my girl Shelly. But when you see me post, it's gonna have some intention behind it. So that's one thing for me that I'm always gonna be able to keep, because, you know, the content ain't gonna never stop me. You gotta create a mind.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's it been like to merge these two audiences, right? You had what, like 1 million followers on TikTok alone.
Yeah.
You know, and those people grew from your original platform. You come out, it's double that and some of Love Island, you know, fans. How has it been to merge these two groups?
It's weird. I will say that. It's weird because, like, I grew my platform off of just straight positivity and peace.
Yeah.
And then you got some fans who love, like,
chaos.
Just chaos, right? So I'm kind of merging those two groups. And then one is like, Ace, we want you to go back to what we doing, yada yada. And then we got a new group who's like, Ace, I need you to get on your shit for real. Like, get on some men and shit. You know what I mean? And it's like, for me, I've always, you know, stood firm in who I am as a person. So being me is never gonna change. So if you gonna join the Ace mob, you're gonna have to get with it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like you're two, like,
exactly.
They on your shoulder talk to you because it's like, I got it in me, but peace. But I got it in me, but peace.
Exactly.
No, that's real. All right, let's get into the real tea.
Okay.
What are some of your favorite moments about your experience on the show?
I will say my only favorite moment throughout that show was building a relationship I had with Shelly. You know, like, again, she taught me how to deal with, you know, expressing myself and being confident, or I've always been confident who I am, but, like, being confident about something even when it's hard, you know, like, dating her has been, I will say, a journey, you know, throughout this whole entire experience. She's taught me how to love properly, and, you know, how I express my love is real out loud when it comes to her, and it's just been, I don't know, it's been different for me, because usually, like I said, like, outside the villa, you know, usually I don't deal with emotions. Like, I feel the emotions, and I feel if it's too much for me, it's overwhelming, I dip. Like, I'm over it. But in this instance, nobody's gonna ever understand what we went through in that villa. And that's why I take what we had very, very seriously. I can't wait to keep going. Babe, I can't wait to keep growing with you, baby.
I love it, Shalay. I love it, Shalay. Okay, so we watched this love story blossom, right? Truly organically. It was really beautiful to watch. I was so excited. Y'all had me nervous before, but, like, by that episode, y'all got together. I'm like, all right, we locked in. Like, we locked in. How does it feel to bring that relationship into the real world? And how have you kind of maintained, like, yourself? And, you know, you had so many things going on, but, like you said, like, really focused on just growing what you guys started.
Honestly, just keeping things private. Like, and I understand we found love throughout, you know, a TV show and stuff like that, but it's been about really getting to know each other in the outside world. And I date with intention. I was very careful that inside the villa, and I still was like that before the villa, and even being on the outside. So, you know, just getting to know each other in the outside world, with the outside noise, and how we exist in each other's lives day to day, you know, and I feel like it's been going great. And I'm ready to take some more steps.
Is there anything you want to double down on, just from your experience, reunion, or just in general coming out of this experience as you move forward in your career?
Honestly, I put the show behind me, respectfully. Like, I found what I came for. I'm ready to move forward.
I know that's right.
I ain't here for no game.
I know that's right. But like you said, the show is behind you.
Yeah.
We're gonna put it behind us.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about what you have.
Squeeze me? Did he really just be like, he blew up the spot, said what he said about nicking his best friend, his dog, Olandria. She asked him in no uncertain terms, you want to clear anything up? You want to double down? And he says, I'm beyond Love Island. He doesn't correct it. He doesn't create a safe space for Olandria and Nick, because him saying what he said about Nick hurt Olandria because it hurt Nick, who's her current connection, who's helping her get her dreams off the ground, who's being there for her after you helped your friend with a cowboy hat actively deceive the most melanated goddess on the motherfucking Fiji Island, Love Island. And so it's obvious after that interview from the backlash that you and your girl Shelly received, that you said some things that, you know, at the least came off that you're a hater. And at the most came off that you're an envious hater. And you don't want to be like, oh no, you know, I really know that Nick and Olandria. You don't want to say nothing except for, I put this grenade off last time I talked to anybody. And the grenade was towards somebody who was my air quotes best friend in the villa, one of the Tres Amigos in the villa. And you don't even want to take the knife out from between Nick's shoulder blades and wipe off the blood and help him to the side of the road or drop him off in front of the hospital this interview. No, bitch. What we get with Ace is he's above the show. He's above this. He got what he came for, a girl that he met 2 years ago. That's what he came to Love Island for, was to meet a girl he met 2 years ago. So he could leave with her, still not make her his girlfriend, but they love each other. So I got that. So fuck integrity when it comes how I'm in relation to a man who I literally told America was one of my best friends in the island, and who when America hasn't seen do anything to you except for support you at every turn, and never to this day has ever even said nothing bad about your ass. He didn't get in on the height comments or nothing. Every time somebody asks Nick, how tall is Ace really? He says 7'2", 6'2" when he's standing on his money. He never says nothing bad about Ace. And how Ace chose to show up for his air quote best friend, one of the Tres Amigos, from him, Taylor, and Nick's relationship, after he knows for a fact the relationship that wasn't real was the one with him and his best friend fronting to Olandria for 21 motherfucking days. That's 3 weeks, by the way, people. And the experiment's only 6 motherfucking weeks. So he actively participated in fraud on a game show for money for 3 fucking weeks. Gets off the show and has the audacity to say that the next person's relationship isn't based off of attraction, when you know that Taylor was never attracted to Olandria and helped him deceive her and love bomb him. Or anything that you said about Jeremiah, you should have just put you and Taylor in that sentence. And I was getting a lot of projection from him in the damn villa. I was getting it, but I wasn't quite sure. I didn't have proof. But I felt like when he was being like, you love bombing her, man. Nobody else can talk to Huda. Look at the hickeys on your neck. Like he didn't even, it was just a lot. So now the last interview, was an hour and 11 minutes, 111. This interview is 22 minutes. So far, he spent 16 minutes. At least he did learn something. He's only been talking about himself for a good 16 minutes. Okay. Yeah, keep it about you and Shelly. Keep Nick and Olandria name out your mouth. Unless it's to correct what the fuck you said last time, which he did not because he's above Love Island and he said what he said is what I'm getting from this. I'm gonna rewind it just like 2 seconds. So we're at 1604. I'm gonna rewind it to like right here, 1549, and just make sure. I'm hearing.
I put the show behind me, respectfully. Like, I found what I came for. I'm ready. And so, just getting to know each other in the outside.
Like, we locked in. How does it feel to bring that relationship into the real world? And how have you kind of maintained, like, yourself? And, you had so many things going on, but like you said, like, really focused on just growing what you guys started.
Honestly, just keeping things private. Like, and I understand we found love throughout, a TV show and stuff like that, but it's been about really getting to know each other in the outside world. And I date with intention. I was very careful with that inside the villa, and I still was like that before the villa and even being on the outside. So, just getting to know each other in the outside world with the outside noise and how we exist in each other's lives day to day, and I feel like it's been going great. Ready to take some more steps.
Is there anything you want to double down on, just from your experience, reunion, or just in general coming out of this experience as you move forward in your career?
Honestly, I've put the show behind me, respectfully. Like, I found what I came for. I'm ready to move forward.
I know that's right.
I ain't here for no game.
I know that's right. But like you said, the show is behind you. We're going to put it behind us. We're going to talk about what you have next.
Okay.
So, life after the villa, how has it been?
Honestly, it's been great because I'm getting back to me, which is spending time with my family, spending time with my friends, spending time with my craft, my work, and Shelly, of course. And I really just been trying to take advantage of that. And, new things are in the works. Can't wait for y'all to see.
Can we talk about that a little bit? Any major brand partnerships, campaigns, anything you can tell us at this time?
Nah, I just did a thing with Burger King. You know what I'm saying? I did my little dance 1, 2 steps. And it's funny because it comes full circle because I remember after school, my mom would take us to Burger King real quick to like feed us, you know what I mean? Because Burger King was, they solid. They held it down, you know what I mean?
They got that Impossible Burger.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't tell nobody.
Exactly. So like, for me, I was excited to do this partnership with Burger King because, again, it comes full circle to how I grew up. And I'm very intentional about who I partner with as well because I'm not just going to partner with people who I don't feel represents me. To be that it's a part of the VMAs too. What? Are you serious?
So you're going to the VMAs?
Exactly. What you talking about? Is you cool?
I'm gonna get
yes, I'm going to be at the VMAs.
I mean,
Build a website you love with Wix.
Okay.
For your words,
Exactly. Now we're gonna be at the VMAs turn. And
he said
I'm really
we all
excited.
going.
Yeah, we all going. Everybody in this room, all the production, everybody want to get in the truck. We're pulling up to the VMAs.
Let's go.
Nah, but I'm super excited to be working with them on this project and. I'm excited. I remember when I was a kid, I used to watch all my favorite celebrities on the VMAs and shit like that doing their performances. So to know that I'm being in the presence of grace, it means the world to me.
It's only the beginning.
It is.
It's only the beginning. Okay, so are there any other particular industries or companies that you'd be excited to partner with as you continue to grow your platform? Like, what are you looking to do? Like, what are we going to see?
I want to work with a lot of people. Especially me being from LA, I gotta run through all my LA stuff. Like either the Dodgers or the Lakers or like what else do I want?
Don't say or Dodgers and the Lakers.
My bad.
We didn't
Dodgers and Lakers. Stop playing over here. Yeah, I definitely want to work with all my the things that I grew up with first, and then I want to branch out certain brands, certain partnerships and stuff like that. So look. If you seeing what your boy is about, come in, holler at me. One of the things I really do want to get into is acting. Like I really want to
give me plastic, please, Dad.
Shows, movies, and things like that. Or even if it's voice acting too. Like I love cartoons. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, plastic wrap.
Waking up Saturday morning when I was a little kid and we didn't have cable, so we'd only turn it off.
Okay, you guys, you know how I'm making Jamaican patty pies? So look, I just made the dough while we've been on here. See YouTube? I just made the dough for the patty. This is the patty pastry. It's 3.5 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1 tablespoon of curry, 2 tablespoons of turmeric, 2 sticks of butter, 1 cup of ice water. You mix the dry stuff, and then you put the you grate the butter in, and then after you grate the butter in, you add your water a bit at the time, and then you fold it until it starts getting breaky. You see those breaks? That's going to be the crispy, the fluffiness in the patty. It's perfect right now. So now I'm going to cover it with plastic wrap and let it chill for 30 minutes while I make the filling. And we finished talking about Ace. I just wanted to show you. I was multitasking.
Onto the whatever the
It was
channel
always
that
on.
came on the TV, right?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So boom, and in my underwear eating cereal, watching Saturday cartoons. So to just do stuff that resonates with me as a person. Like I've always wanted to, you know, be attached to things that I feel are a representation of me as well. So, yeah, acting, movies, shows.
Okay, so we're gonna see you voice some cartoons or some animation characters.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got that on the list.
Yeah.
What type of role do you see yourself being in? Like what's your dream role?
I want to be in stuff like Power. That's one of my favorites.
I can see that for you.
You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like me and Tariq, like we would put belt to ass to everybody in the streets, yo. Like I feel like that'd be lit. So 50 Cent hit me.
He said, call me.
My people will reach out to your people talk to me, and we gonna get something set up right here.
I can also see you being the comedic relief in a horror movie or something too.
Really?
Like, I can see you
I can't do
being funny.
horror movies.
You be serious.
Right? Okay.
You could get very serious, and then you can get.
I see. That's a great question. Somebody on TikTok says, Jay says, so why did you go on Love Island? He contradicts himself every minute. That's what I'm saying, Jay. Oh my God. That's what I'm saying. His young mind doesn't hear that he literally just said something out the left side of his neck that totally contradicts what the right side of his neck says next. He doesn't even hear it. He doesn't think there's anything to see here. Can you imagine what the fuck Shelly must be going through? Talking to him. And he probably, did you guys see their little cooking segment on that thing where they were like bickering, like they've been together for 5 years already? And I feel like that bicker happens because he thinks he knows every fucking thing. He is not easily guided or led or nothing. And somebody who contradicts herself all the time contradicts herself to make herself right. Anyway, that was a great observation. Haley says, so did you go there for love or to do a bunch of stuff that you want to do? Exactly. See, here comes the name dropping. Exactly. And it's a lot. It's a lot. I don't have a super duper problem with him. It's just so weird. Like, yeah, you're saying it right there, Negrita. Like, is he gaslighting himself? Is that possible to gaslight yourself? I guess it is. When you're a total self-contradiction, that's the equivalent to gaslighting yourself. Literally. And then this interviewer, I'm sure she hears the contradictions. At least Speedy's face couldn't hold it in. Speedy would hear something come out of the other side of his face, and then he'd lean into that a little more to see if he would catch himself, but nope, he wouldn't catch himself. Anyway, let's finish listening. Only a couple more minutes. Those were good observations, you guys.
So I'm like, you can be the comedic relief. That means you're gonna have to like probably die though. You know how they do those types
First
of
off, I
characters,
run. You got, I ain't like these. You know what I mean? Like, I'm taking off. I see the knife coming at me. I'm good.
No.
But ain't Scary Movie coming out?
I thought I knew what therapy was.
Yeah, let's see.
Until
Sorry.
I found the right therapist. And let me tell you, Gabe.
With the new one with
They are
Marlon?
making another one. I think they are making another one.
I got it.
Okay, so you can do something like that.
Yeah, I can be in something like that. That'd be lit.
Okay. So we got it. We got a couple of roles that we're gonna get filled.
For sure.
We're gonna see it. Any other major moves you want to manifest? Any things you want to do? Any bucket list items or?
For real, I want to do a lot of
Yeah, right.
movies. I want to do shows. I want to do
He's the villain.
voiceovers for cartoons and stuff like that. Working with Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, things like that. One thing I really want to do is get into TV show hosting, like
I can see
a
that.
106 and Park type of vibe. I really want to get into something like
You're a
that.
good interviewer. Like you be asking the good
That means the
questions.
world to me. I definitely want to get into show hosting, whether it be award shows or regular TV shows. I'm with it all. As far as clothes, I want to work with Fear of God, Essentials. I feel like that would be a really good fit for me. Kevin Hart, I want to work with him. I want to work with Mike Epps. I want to work with Eddie Murphy. I want to work with Martin Lawrence. I want to work with Denzel, Michael B. Jordan. They be saying I look like Michael B. Jordan. That's what they be
I was
saying.
like, what you doing?
They be saying I look like Michael
Who
B.
said
Jordan.
that? Who said
They
it?
know who they are.
Oh my God.
But I do want to work with them in some shape, form, or capacity. Like whether it be like a brand deal, whether it be a movie, whether it be something. Like for me, I like learning about the GOATs and how they got to the opportunities that they're at now. So like anywhere they got room for me, I'm with it all.
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. We don't see it. We don't see it. Okay, let's bring this home. Can we expect to see you back on TV soon?
Oh, real soon.
Yeah.
Overly.
You said it's not over.
Overly soon. You know what I mean?
Overly soon. What that
Overly
mean? We got to wait and see.
We'll have to wait and see.
All right. Ace Green for Boardroom. Thank you so much.
Cut.
Okay, you
I need a
guys.
slate, yo. I need one of those things that.
So what'd you think of that interview? We agree that it was a lot of contradiction. He didn't give us much. The only reason I even came over here to watch this thing was because I was positive that Shelly would have put him on the right track and told him the next motherfucking opportunity you get, make it right with my soul sister, motherfucker. But no, we did not get that. I guess Shelly didn't say nothing, or like he says, there ain't no girl gonna tell him what to do. Remember, that's what he told us in Speedy's interview. The reason that him and Shelly aren't girlfriend and boyfriend yet is because ain't no girl gonna tell him what to do. And he not doing nothing before he ready, remember? So I guess Shelly couldn't get through to him. I guess whatever, if she said anything, it fell on deaf ears. I guess whoever he feels like he's learning from at this point gave him enough pointers that just act like there's nothing to see here and everybody will stop talking about it. But I haven't shut the fuck up yet, Ace. No. I haven't shut the fuck up yet because to me, this was a form of black on black crime. What him and Taylor did for my motherfucking entertainment was a form of black on black crime against a black woman, but it was for my entertainment. I'm not in agreement with being complacent as a viewer about that treatment in the setup of Olandria. But you see, the devil doesn't get shit because she's taken off. She's getting her dreams satisfied. It's not a white thing. It's not a black thing. It's an energy thing. Energy from Nick supports Olandria in every fucking way. And we can feel it. We could see it. We could smell it. We could taste it. Okay? All the movie edits were not lying about the things those two together make you feel. That wasn't a lie. But this one right here, him right here, he thinks that we get feelings from him and Shelly. But we do not. I don't anyway. I don't get the same feelings that I get from seeing the energy of Nick and Olandria, the yearning satisfied, the happiness, the joy, the love glaze staring, all the things he thinks he's doing with Shelly. We don't see that. We don't see it. He thinks we see it, but we don't see it because it's not there. He's too concerned with himself. I feel like part of Ace's thing is he wants to be the prettiest one in the relationship, the one. He wants like all the attention. I don't even know that there's room for Shelly with him. Like the idea of her with him is serving its purpose at this moment because of Love Island, and he's trying to prove himself wrong that he's better than Nick by sticking it out with Shelly, who you've known for 2 years and still don't think enough of to make her that woman your girlfriend. You still don't think enough of her to make her your girlfriend from what we've heard. We don't see you opening no doors of opportunity for her. We don't know. I don't know. Did you get the Ciroc because of Shelly? Did Shelly get Ciroc because of you? Did you get sponsored by Crown Royale because of Shelly? Or did Shelly get sponsored by Crown Royale because of you? I'm not sure. And I'm not sure with those particular sponsors anyway. Like, I don't know, like the stuff that this isn't to compare for a bad reason, but it is to compare for like the level of what you're doing. Now, the ad revenue from alcohol might be a lot up front, but the message of alcohol is not healthy. Whereas you look at what Nick has introduced to Olandria via, you know, the swimwear, the kefir de aqua, that's like water. That's like a water thing, right? Like, or is that alcohol too? I don't know. Her NYX collaboration for her lips. I thought at the least he would have been like, oh, there wasn't any cockroaches on people's lips. I misspoke. I did want to clear that up. I wanted to make sure that I let everybody know that me nor Shelly, who I love dearly, we're not exposed to herpes. He didn't say that. He didn't say it. And he could have said it. He didn't say, oh, yeah, that was a long time ago. But after seeing, Olandria and Nick since that time, I would be like, there's no doubt in my mind that they are like really into each other and that their whatever feelings have definitely grown and blossomed. It was nice seeing him the other night at the VMAs, but he's not that mature, you guys. He's not mature enough to say that. Probiotic water. See, yeah, that's healthy. Probiotics is good for your guts, you guys. At the end of the day, Ace is very young and he should be given grace, and Shelly is grown. That's true, Keeks. You're right. At the end of the day, he's 23 years old. He's only been drinking for 2 years. So what better person to be the face of several alcohols except for a 23-year-old brand new drinker? What person except for that person, right? And then Shelly, she did a little interview. And I don't know if it was before or after, but the interviewer did not ask her about anything. But Shelly did say in that interview that specifically Ace lets her be the soft girl she needs to be. And I was like, it sounds like you're biting off your soul sister a little bit. Just a little bit. Because the whole soft girl thing, Ola talked about that a lot with Jalen. She talked about that with Nick. She talked about that with us. It's been like repeated. So for Shelly to not mention Ola, but then say that in her interview, it just kind of makes me feel more like her and Ace are in the shits together against Ola, who they profess to be one thing, but treat another way. At least that's my observation. But I do agree. He is young, but also, look, just because your 18-year-old sets the house on fire and now you don't have a family home, just because he was young doesn't mean that he's not going to get yelled at for that shit or get chastised and get redirected to not play with fucking matches in a closet. You know what I'm saying? Like, so there is young. Yeah, we're taking that into consideration. But you know who should have took it into consideration the most? Ace. Ace should have took it into consideration the most, because he didn't take it into consideration and follows it up with, oh, I know everything because of my life experiences. And you hurt people, and now people are looking at you cross-eyed like your stories are not adding up because you hurt Olandria. For a position on a show, you helped another black man, the only other black man on the island. You helped him deceive Olandria and then told us about it with a smile similar to this on your face when you were telling Speedy about it. And I'm just like disgusted by the whole thing. So the grace that he could have been given kind of gets lost when I remember that he had a smile like this at the retelling of the story and how he actively participated in deceiving Olandria. That's what I'm torn, Keeks. Honestly, I'm kind of torn. Honestly. And the reason this is a parasocial experience is because of the voting that they let us do. Parasocial is when we feel like we get access to them, right? Like we're entitled to some type of access with them. And it's because we voted on this show. And we feel like our votes are heard or not heard because we get to see the polls in real time and whatever else, right? So, but I know it's a show. Duh. I know it's not reality. Duh. He just practically told us this shit is scripted because of influences and consciences that can make you go against the exact principles of the show for somebody else to look a certain way until the person they want to help shovel horse manure shows up, Clark. Speaking of Clark was out this weekend while Olandria was at the VMAs in New York getting her dress held, her train of her beautiful dress held by Nick. Clark was the new place she loves to be, which is in the stable, shoveling horse manure and washing horses and braiding their manes, you guys. So talk about a freaking destiny swap. That was a freaking, Clark took the whole fucking thing, huh? She took the whole thing. Literally, Alondria was like, oh, I think I could like country living on a farm, da-da-da-da. She thought she could like that, but she really wanted to model. And then here comes Clark, the test. She was a test. The emergency test system of the CASA. And Destiny swapped with Olandria. And she ended up with a cowboy on a farm shoveling horse manure. It's crazy the way life works out. Yeah, he said he literally put the picture free labor under her in the stall while his arm is all pent up. Look, I've been going easy on him ever since he got trampled by that horse. I haven't called him Three Locks, the Loch Ness Monster, Three Dreads. I haven't said nothing about him since that horse trampled him because I was like, okay, the universe is obviously feeling like something needs to, I don't want to add to any of that energy. That's not my team. I need everybody to be safe, healthy, and thriving. Even if I do have an issue with what you did on the show, I need you safe, healthy, and thriving, okay? I don't need nothing broken, nothing trampled. I don't need you totally canceled. I know you might need a motherfucking timeout and to go have several seats. But you don't need to be fully canceled because life is, we come with erasers. Mistakes are made, you know? However, also accountability needs to be taken. And I don't feel like Ace took any accountability in this interview. I don't feel like Ace has taken any accountability. I don't feel like Ace did any kind of service to the image of him and Shelly. I don't feel like particularly did he do positive image alignment for Shelly in particular. Shelly has been in the direct line of fire as the soul sister to Olandria after her man went and said her soul sister's a fake bitch. That's what just happened. That's what happened on the Speedy interview. Ace said that Olandria is a fake bitch because Nick doesn't find her romantically attractive, so they're just trying to get what they can get. That's what the fuck he practically said on that show. So of course, we as viewers heard Shelly and Olandria ask and demand a fellow woman to speak up on behalf of a woman after the show because of bullying and racism. So I, by proxy, expected Shelly to make a statement on behalf of what I saw as a bully tactic from her man against her soul sister. Is that weird that I made those things connect? I don't think so. I don't think it's too weird because, and I'm not saying that she gets the whole Mean Girl edit again. I'm just saying that it's interesting that particularly with your soul sister, who you've been through the racism with, who you've been through the cyberbullying with, who you know personally, these public takes shit and runs with it, especially these hood rats. They've been taking shit and still running with it. Because even Shelly has gotten a lot of hate from the Rat Pack. Like, your boyfriend this. And then Olandria has been getting further hate. Sorry, from the Rat Pack. Because now they're like, oh, look, even Ace said you're a fake. Even Ace said Nick is fake, you know? So it's interesting that his first chance he gets to protect his woman and to provide peace, the thing he says he loves to, and positivity. He did not do anything about peace or positivity for Shelly or Olandria in this interview again. So that's why I'm feeling like his brand sounds good in his mind, but in reality, he's down for the shits, y'all. He's down for the drama. He's down. Don't make him get the belt out, because he really is the belt kind of guy. All this unicorns and glitter dust is the fake part. What really is that, yeah, all this, I do peace and promote positivity, but you didn't to the closest people in your life, to the admitted closest people in your life from this show. You did not do that, sir. And you have not made it right, and you have not stood on anybody's business. And I'm going to say it again. I think you might have been sitting on a pillow at the damn reunion, the way you're coming off short stack right now, because you're not standing on nobody's business. And that goes against your brand too. Like, you are not keeping it real, Mr. Ace. Oh, honestly, that's in the past for me. That's over for me. What? That's the only reason we talking to you, fool. Is because of the thing you want to let go of and is in the past. Is the only reason we still talking about you, Ace. It's weird. He doesn't even fucking hear. Anyway, you guys, real quick before you go, can somebody put in the comments how, if you got that $20,000, yeah, let's say $20,000 in winnings, because remember Amaya and Brian said that they were going to give some money to charity and then do some other stuff with the money. And then they said, when they got to the reunion, they asked Brian where his money was, and he said a Rolex. Well, let me see. Can I do it over here? Let me do it over here. If it's even over here. No, I can't. But I was going to show you how you could take $20,000 when you're about in your 20s. And if you put it in a certain account, then you'll be able to grow it to $1.2 million by the time you're 70, that you can access tax-free, and it grew tax-free. So you didn't have to pay on the gains, and you don't have to pay on the withdrawal. And I was thinking that could be the perfect type of account for these youngsters on these game shows, with either their winnings, or for like nicolandria, if they take the lump sum payments they're getting from these endorsements and collaborations. Like, let's say the Kifa Dugfair people paid them $50,000 for that commercial. They could take 20,000 of it and put it into a compound interest account that guarantees growth with no downside, and have that mature at just even 12%, then it would only take less time than in the regular bank. So I had, Roth IRA. Yes, a Roth IRA is a great source, Hallie. I prefer, even though it has fees, it's worth it, an index universal life policy, because then you get dual stuff. You get the death policy, so it creates legacy for your beneficiaries. And then you get the life use, and then it's tax accumulation is not taxed. So the Roth IRA, there are some components of that in what I'm thinking they could put their money in, But fully indexed universal products is what I'm thinking more so. Yeah, very true. So, especially at such a young age, that's the right time to do that. All you need is one deposit. You put $20,000 in something and just let it sit. Don't even think about it. For a good, even if you thought about it at age 40 in 20 years, let's say, you would have cash accumulated so much money, tax-free growth. And then when you go to the insurance company and you take a loan out against your insurance, you withdraw it the proper way, and then you get a tax-free withdrawal. Whereas like so like on a 401k and a Roth, you get there's fees for that, or you get tax implications for those types of withdrawals. It's called an index universal life policy. And so it's basically a whole life policy on steroids, I like to describe it. If you give me a minute, I can pull up this thing about it. Let me see where to go. Where do I have to go? Here, let's turn this towards me. Hi, you guys. Yeah. And, oh, let me turn this towards me. That's my messy stuff over there. I'll go like that. How do I flip the camera? Flip. Hi. Okay, so let me pull this up real quick because I want to demonstrate to you exactly what I'm talking about, because it's super valuable. And oh, and this one is for $10,000. This demonstration that I was able to pull up. Flip the camera. Okay. Oh, you can't really see that. Let's make it big. Okay. So basically, this is how the rule of 72 works real quick, you guys. Compound interest. Those who don't know it, pay it. And those who know about it, take advantage of it. So basically, let's say you put your money, let's say they took that $10,000 they got and just put it in their Chase account or their Wells Fargo account. And so they took $10,000 of the winnings of the $50,000, let's say, because let's say, so $10,000 on a Rolex, $10,000 to charity, $10,000 to your mom, $10,000 in investments, whatever, right? So just $10,000 of, I don't know why that's pulsing like that. Just $10,000 of the winnings left at your Chase account. It would take 72 years to turn your $10,000 to $20,000. 72 fucking years, right? So you don't want that kind of account. You come over here to, you get 4% on a traditional whole life policy. You got the call before and they were like, oh, you can get burial coverage. And then you put this money in, like you put $100 in a month. And then in 4 years, you can start taking loans out against it. And that's a regular whole life policy, returns you at about 4%. CDs from any financial institution return you at about 4%. There are some banks online that are doing about 4% interest, okay? Then you come over here to 6%. Now, 6% returns you usually see typically in the Roth IRAs, in your 401ks, in your 403bs, in your in the thrift spend account, TSPs, in those types of retirement accounts that are directly tied to the stock market. They usually give you about 6%. Some of them don't have a cap, so you can make a lot, but you can also lose a lot. But most are designed to cap you out at a certain amount. And at 6%, it would take you 12 years to double your $10,000 into $20,000, right? So then in the kind of accounts that are attached to index universal percentages, now these are guaranteed growth no downside accounts that once you get over here, your $10,000 doubles every 6 years. So let's say Olandria took her $10,000 and put it in at age 29. She would have $20,000 at age 35, 40,000 at age 41, 80,000. See how it's just double, double, double. 10 turns to 20, 20 turns to 40, 40 turns to 80, 80 turns to 160, 160,000 turns to 320,000 because it's doubling every year. That's what compound interest does for you guys. And then by the time she's 71, just from putting $10,000 in one time, you could get up to $1.2 million by the time you're 71. Okay? And that's in an indexed account. That indexed accounts is what you're going to want to look at to guarantee growth and lock it in so that you don't have any downturn. So I just thought I would show that. I do have a whole video up that I want to do about it because it can really demonstrate like how if Nick and Olandria were to put their money in to one of these accounts, then you see every time it doubles, you can access this money tax-free. So the 10,000 turns to 20,000. You can access some of this money if you need to, like, let's say they like traveling. He wants to take her on another trip to Greece or whatever. You could access the gains from this money tax-free and go take a trip. No problem. You can use it for whatever you want. But it also still has a death benefit. Okay? So, or let's say in 20 years, they want to take out some money, take out 40,000 and buy a house for a down payment for their kids, or fund a lupus function or diabetes function or something like that. They would be able to access this money, tax-free gains, tax-free growth in an index universal life account. And if anybody wants information on it, you can DM me. This is what I do. I help people get these set up all the time because I just help people move money from 72 years to double it to a double it every 6 years. Sometimes we can get it doubled every 5, depending on how we structure these things. Now, there are fees involved that go towards the back end, but you still end up in the long run, like this 1.2 will actualize to the person at the end of everything said and done, because the fees actually start paying themselves the longer you have it. So there's that to be considered also. But there's fees in your 401k. Try to go get some money out of your 401k today. What you going to pay? Fees in the form of what? Taxes and withdrawals and penalties, right? That's if they let your hardship go through. Whereas this, if you had a hardship tomorrow, you access it tomorrow. There's no taxes, no penalties, no fees for access, and no taxes, no penalties, no fees for growth. Okay? It's just a better position. And a lot of people don't understand about it. And so I'm so glad to be able to show you guys that the accumulation phase of your money, it says accumulation over here, because there's 3 phases. And the thing you want to do the most, see how it says accumulation phase? The thing you want to do your most with money is make your money make money, right? So talk about residual income. This is without having a store online. This is with no merchandise. This is simply from taking, let's say, your tax return. Let's say you overpaid in taxes $10,000, and instead of going to Disneyland with the family, you put that $10,000 in an account like this so that you can compound your money in the accumulation phase. Okay? Anyway, I love you guys. Thanks for coming through. I hope this was interesting for you as it was for me. I always have a great time with you over here on TikTok. Thanks for tapping the screen. It didn't cost a thing. Over here on YouTube, make sure you smash that like button, smash the subscribe button. On your way out, ring the bell so you can get notified next time I go live and talk about whatever it's finance, making you money, or whether it's talking about aces contradicting ass. I don't know, but be sure to have your bell rung. Anyway, you guys, see you in the next video. Peace.